Estevao is a 17-year-old wonder kid at Palmeiras, and he's not any old 17-year-old wonder kid. He's one of those wonder kids where you're like, this guy is Ballon d'Or potential. A little bit like Kendry. You know, there's wonder kids. You know, Man City got Julian Alvarez from South America. And then there's wonder kids. Endrick, Estevao, Kendry. And two of those names could be at Chelsea because according to Fabrizio Romano, Estevao has a verbal agreement. He's chosen to join Chelsea. Chelsea are going to put a bid and the deal could be done. And when I say this guy is a special level talent, I mean he's a special level talent. I have a Manchester United channel. I'm a Manchester United fan, and I did a video with a South American specialist who watches loads of South American football about these wonder kids that United were watching, and we had 10 names. And we went through these 10 names, and he said Estevao. He said Estevao is the one you want. He said Estevao, and he's watched all of it. I've watched a little bit of Estevao here and there. I watched his debut and I watched his last 90 minutes of his last game. I've done research on him, but this guy's watched him at the youth ranks. This guy watches loads of South American football. And he was like, Estevao is a level ahead of every other name on this list, he said. And I had like 10 names like Thomas Palmo and Salimo, all these South American talents. He said Estevao. He said Estevao was Ballon d'Or potential level. He said Estevao was better than Endrick, and he was a specialist in South American football. And he said, you know, Chelsea, they get him wow, because they've got Kendry. And all of a sudden, you've got Fabrizio Romano dropping a couple of hours ago that Chelsea have now reached a verbal agreement with him. You always think, would he choose to join Chelsea? They might be in the Conference League. They've not been at the best the last couple of years. He's got Barcelona, he's got PSG looking at him. He chooses Chelsea. Chelsea aren't even at their best, but they've still got Paul to bring in big talent. An initial bid has gone in, around 32 million euros plus add-ons, and talks with Palmeiras will follow. They want around, I think, 50 million. I think Chelsea will probably put in another bid, but Chelsea, they get deals done. They pay the money, they get deals done. That's what Chelsea do. They're not Tottenham. You know, they get money done. And I have to say, if this guy ends up at Chelsea, I'm very jealous. I'm also very jealous because Chelsea seem to have every good right winger with a left foot, every good talent. They're stockpiling them. But this guy is like another level. Like, this is Ballon d'Or talent. Fabrizio Romano said, obviously, the bid has gone in. Chelsea will probably pay the money and the deal, I assume, will be done. If personal terms is agreed, Chelsea are bidding. I assume that the deal is going to be done. And Romano was saying in January that Chelsea are one of the teams in for this guy who was sort of seen as Messi-inho. His nickname was Messi-inho because he plays like Messi, and we're going to talk about that. We're actually going to talk about this guy, and we're going to talk about why this is a good sign for Chelsea. We're going to talk about the player, who he is, what he could add to Chelsea. He's already playing first-team football at 17 and doesn't look out of place over for Palmeiras. I mean, we're going to talk about it. But Chelsea right now probably have two of the wonder kids that are probably in the top 5 wonder kid talents right now. Like 2 of them. Well, they probably will get 2 of them. It's not obviously done. You look at Chelsea, Cole Palmer, Kendry Paez, Amari Hutchinson, Madueke, Estevao, all under 22, all left-footed wingers. I mean, look, is it good for Chelsea stockpiling all these wingers? It could impact 1 or 2 of these players' development. Like Hutchinson's great, but they might have to go, you know what, Estevao's going to have an even higher ceiling. Hutchinson's got to go. You know, Cole Palmer's brilliant. Madueke's been really good lately. There's obviously the question about Chelsea stockpiling talent, and that could develop other talents' youth. But there's no doubt in my mind that Estevao is a Ballon d'Or level talent. And this was his first ever full 90 game for Palmeiras. First ever time he's played full 90 minutes for Palmeiras. Ready? And this is a good team as well he's played against. 11 dribbles, 11 out of 15 dribbles, 6 key passes, and a last-minute winner. 17 years of age, 11 dribbles. That's basically like a Premier League record. I think that's what Doku did on Trent, and everyone was going on about how Doku skinned Trent. 6 key passes and last-minute winner at 17. He's only just turned 17 as well. You've got to remember that as well. So let's talk about this player and why he's so highly rated. Now, a lot of the information I've got on this player has come from my friend who is a South American specialist. I'm not someone that watches loads of South American football. I watch the odd game here and there. I keep an eye on players. I've known about this guy for the last year and a half because I've heard good things about him, and I did a little bit of research on him a month ago. But let's talk about this guy and who he is. So he's slowly started to be integrated into the Palmeiras senior team in these last couple of months, and he's not looked fazed by the pressure at 16. Now, I watched his debut, and you wouldn't think that this was a 16-year-old kid making his debut. He looks so ready. Sometimes when players get the ball on their debut, young kids, they get dropped in. They're a little bit scared to get the ball. When they get the ball, they play the backwards pass. They don't want to give it away. He just got the ball and went. Like, the confidence, the composure, he just got the ball and went. He just was like, unborn to be it. You know, when you look at something like unborn to be it, he was scoring headers, he's scoring last minute winners, despite just being integrated into the team. You know, some young players, they play the first couple of games for their team and they do some good dribbles and some good passes and they show potential, but they're not scoring goals yet. He's already scoring goals at 16. You know, whenever he was there, the Palmeiras players passed to him. They wanted him to on the ball because when he got the ball, he drove with such like energy and precision. He made things happen. He was one of those players that all of his teammates, when he's 16, he's making his debut, were looking to give him the ball because when he got the ball, he would go and make things happen. He didn't think it was his debut. He would confidently take on players. He would completely trick his opponent. He would manipulate them. He was so good 1v1 and he uses his space to explode past them and get into different parts of the ball and different parts of the field. And whenever he got the ball, he was sort of moving with passion. He likes to take on fullbacks, and he was compared to Messi because the ball sticks to his feet. He gets the ball, he goes. That's why he's compared to Messi. But not only is he playing well, not only does he look good on the ball, but he's scoring goals, as I said. So what has he shown so far for Palmeiras? You know, only played limited minutes of senior football, but he's already got, I think, 4 goals, I believe. He came off the bench in the last game, absolutely cooked his fullback, then won the penalty and put the penalty away. Literally came off the bench, changed the game, absolutely cooked his fullback, was making everything happen, won the penalty. And then, you know, other players could have took the penalty. He took it. He slotted the penalty away. He played 1 full 90, as we said, but 11 out of 15 dribbles in that full 90, 6 key passes and a 97th minute winner. 1v1, he's an elite dribbler, but he's also one of those two-way wingers that can go outside or in. You sometimes have wingers like Cole Palmer that are better sort of going inside. They like to cut inside and operate in central zones because they don't have that rapid pace. And then you've got Noni Madueke, who's kind of got that rapid pace and likes to be a touchline winger and take on his man. This guy's got the ability to do both. He can be an inside winger, he can be an outside winger. He's a two-way winger. He's got the pace. He can take on players centrally, out wide. And whenever he gets the ball, he wants to do something. He always wants to drive forward, make something happen. He's always got a purpose on the ball. And he's got, you know, the pace and the dribbling ability to take on his player, the IQ to find space. If there's a passing option, he'll make that pass and he can keep the ball and retain the ball well. He's shown very good aspects. You look at him at 17, just turned 17, left-footed winger, another one for Chelsea. Chelsea love these left-footed attacking midfield wing specialists. But as I said, he can play outside or inside. He's got insane pace. He's got a great 1v1 ability. He's a lot more quicker than Kendry, and he's got more like 1v1, can go outside ability than Kendry, although Kendry's a brilliant player as well. Ball carrying, ball striking, vision, ball manipulation, he's got it. He can manipulate defenders, uses his body to feint, trick defenders, create space for himself, create separation from the opponent, get a shot off, get the pass off. His vision, his IQ and his decision-making looks very, very good for his age. He's a bit like Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer's got great vision, good IQ, good decision-making, and then he can execute that pass well because he's technically good. He's got elements of that. He knows how to make space for himself via separation. He knows how to utilize space. He knows how to utilize the space and run into space and link up with players. He's got it all. And he's a good ball striker. He scored free kicks. He scored goals. He saw the penalty. He scored, bosh, in the top corner. Was really good. Not only that, he's technically good. And one way that my friend described him is having natural ability. They said, you know, when you watch Messi had that natural ability, whereas Cristiano Ronaldo had to work really hard to get near Messi's level. He said, this guy's like one of those players where you're like, yeah, he's got that natural ability. Like, he's got it. Like, he's got it. Like, obviously, you know, hard work and talent needs to go together, but he's got the talent. Dribbling's his best asset, as I said. Retention of the ball he's very good at. He's not someone that dribbles and gives the ball away. He retains the ball well. If he knows if he's not going to beat his player, he can find that pass. He can play as a pass-first winger, but he's definitely a carry-first winger. And I think his ability to play central, out wide, be a two-way winger is what makes him stand out because he can play in the middle, he can play out wide, a bit like Messi, so good 1v1, so good, can strike a ball well, can deliver a free kick, can finish a shot, can invert and can cut in and do an inverted cross with precision, which you've seen Cole Palmer do a lot. Technically good in small spaces, very press resistant, can have 3 defenders around him. He's happily to glide past in small spaces, play out that pass. Good reading of the game because when he does his quick 1-2s with his teammates, he knows where to run and to run forward and to run into space. He often is quite good. He wins fouls in key areas, and when he gets a free kick, he puts it top bins at youth level, apparently. Very good at drawing fouls because he can manipulate defenders and open up space for himself. And yeah, IQ, decision-making, technical ability, natural ability, he has it all. Of course, with young players, they don't always reach their potential. I'm not saying that he's going to win the Ballon d'Or. I'm not saying that I'm an expert on this player. I'm just saying based off the research I've done of people I've spoken to and what I've watched, he has everything to be a Ballon d'Or level player, but he's got to work hard. Chelsea have got to develop him properly. He's got to get the right minutes, the right everything around him. Of course, there's so much more to making this brilliant 17-year-old be the Ballon d'Or winner. There's so much to it. But when he's got the pace, when he's good in transition, but also has the technical ability and press resistant to break down low blocks and make things happen, he brings so much to his game. And, you know, skillful, modern, two-way winger. And some people were saying, look, he's better than Endrick was at his age. You know, he plays for the same club, Palmeiras. They've got some great talents. Some people are saying this guy's going to be better than Endrick. Off the ball as well, very, very good. Patterns, link-up play, intelligence, he's got it all. And look, it's going to be a risk. It's going to be a risk, but there are some brilliant South American talents coming out. And he is now the third youngest Brazil to score in the Copa Libertadores history. You look at the names on there, Rodrigo, Endrick, some interesting names on there. But it's a risk for Chelsea. It's definitely a risk. They keep buying young players and stockpiling young talent, and they do need some more experienced players. They do need some first-team players for sure. But you look at Rodrigo, you look at Vinicius Jr., that's paid off. You look at how good Endrick looks when he was playing against England for Brazil. Do you know what I mean? Neymar was a bit older, but went to Barcelona. Julian Alvarez of City. There's just some recent examples. Sometimes, you know, if you want that Ballon d'Or level talent, you're either going to have to pay 100 million for them in a few years, or you're going to have to get them when they're in South America. And that's what Real Madrid have done. And that's what Chelsea are doing. You know, they are stockpiling a lot of young talent, and I guess they can sell some of them for profit. But I definitely think it's a good deal for Chelsea. I'm a little bit jealous, I can't lie. I really wanted them at United. I thought this guy, from what I'm hearing, this is the guy. But what a signing for Chelsea if they get this done. It's a risk, but it looks like this guy is the risk worth taking. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching. Bye.